Okay, here we have a fire starter. This is great to use to start fires in the wood stove and the fireplace. This particular fire starter is made with candle wax that's melted down, and I've put in a china fir bough, and it's inside of an egg crate. And these will burn for quite some time. What I'd like to do is compare this with some that have birch bark and actually dryer lint, which is the traditional way to make these things. So we can compare those. I'm going to use these tea light candles. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to heat them in my old camp pot that I have right here that I don't use for camping because it's too thin. And you just melt these down, and I keep the wicks because I might be able to use them for something else. So I'll just take those out, and then we'll pour the wax inside of the egg cartons. These were $1. These packages were $1 a piece at the dollar store. I'll just throw these in here. I'll be able to reuse these little tins for something. I might save those. I love to reuse these things. Actually, it might be wise to preserve these as best possible. There we go. Comes off just like that. You just see, you have to pull them off. Shake it. That one's a little harder. Just kind of squeeze around the edge. You could also use a big candle and just melt that down. It's, you know, Christmas time of year, there's usually a lot of stupid candles hanging around, and you might have even gotten one that instead of regifting, you could turn it into a fire starter. There you go. You can thank me later. Okay, these are all set to go. You can see the dryer lint in the middle, the china fir boughs, and the birch bark. I'm going to give these to my sister, and then I'm going to make some for myself. And we can compare the effectiveness of these things. Here we have the little tea lights melting. This is a really cheap pan that came with my camp kit, my mess kit, and it's a real cheap pot. So I'm not going to use it to cook food, although I could later, but as a second one. Anyway, they'll be melted in no time and does not take long at all. Alright, so here we have the wax melted in the pot. And you can see all the wicks on the bottom. I'm just going to take them out with the chopsticks. Put them in here because I'm going to save these. Kind of like playing that fishing game. Know which one I'm talking about? With the magnets. Anyway, oh, got two. There we go. Okay, so now you just want to take your pot and pour the wax. I think I poured a little too much in there. And you want to make sure that you have the lint really absorbs that wax and fills it up. You want to make sure you have some paper underneath, and I hope that's enough. Yeah, this actually, basically 24 of those little tea lights filled up a dozen of the egg crate, the egg carton. So it's about 2 tea lights per section. And this is the finished product. We've got China fir bough, dryer lint, and birch bark. The dryer lint is pretty interesting. It's like reminds me of a mallow cup, those candies that have the milk chocolate with the coconut. Really feels like that, and it's really soaked up the wax. So let's see how they burn. Okay, the birch bark seems to be catching fire perhaps a bit easier than this one, than the dryer lint. Put that there, and China fir bough. So we have the birch bark, dryer lint, and China fir bough. And that birch bark is burning perhaps a bit too quickly. I don't know. Get in there. The one with the dryer lint actually looks like it's burning quite evenly, and it's a slow burn. The birch bark Firestarter is burning very quickly, and the China fir bough looks like it's burning pretty slow as well, that's the one that I make for my wood stove here. Let's see if I can blow them out. Ooh, that didn't work. Ooh. I'd say they're pretty equally effective. I mean, they're all burning quite a bit, definitely long enough to get your fire started in your fireplace or wood stove. And other people may already know this, so just thought it was an interesting comparison.